Hi, Solomon. It's Susan. And my question is, the other day I was in a meditation, and maybe you can clarify for me, but I was having really strong messages from my grandfather. Was I channeling?
Yes. You channel almost all the time. And you have been for years and years and years, yes? Not new information.
Just didn't realize what it was.
No, and many of you are doing this throughout the day. Not necessarily all the time, and not necessarily even frequently. But many of you, most of you who are in this room are experiencing this at least once or twice a day, but dismiss it so quickly that you're not even in a reality that can translate it into a possibility. Does that make sense? And that is based on insecurities within the human being, within the emotional system, that is saying that I'm just not quite good enough to do that, or I'm not experienced enough to do that, or I don't have enough training to do that, or I haven't been around those people who do that enough to be able to even understand exactly what it is. I haven't done my research. Yes, there's always an excuse. There's always more that you could do. It's never ending as a human being. There is so much information out there and there is so much training available, but really what you're missing out on, many of you, is the training that is happening every moment and every day, that is coming as a direct result of your communication from your higher self, that is coming from source creation, where everything is known. Yes? Listening is key. Listening, correlating what you're hearing as being, as a starting point, a potential that it is something that you are bringing into your awareness as a direct result of your own relationship to your higher self, to your soul self, to your spiritual self, to source creation. Correlating the two together, but oftentimes the physical brain will start sending off signals saying that that must be coming from somewhere else, because humans have a tendency to do that, yes? So throughout the course of most of your adult life, starting in your teenage years, in your late teenage years in particular, you've been receiving very strong messages all along the way, but you've been suppressing them to a certain degree, mostly just due to your lack of awareness that you have the abilities, like all of you do, to receive that form of communication.
Yes.
Your grandfather, though, had a very sort of, let's say, forceful personality in a lot of ways. He was able to get his message across, not in the forceful way that many of you are thinking right now, in a forceful way in the sense that he commanded attention, yes?
Yeah, well, he was commanding me to do something, to say something to someone.
Yes. Sound familiar?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Even though people will leave their physical form and go into the non-physical realm, they still retain certain characteristics of being a human being to be able to carry on the relationships that existed in human form, because the human that they are wishing to stay connected to needs those reminders, needs those bonds of connection in order to stay connected from a human sense. Does that make sense?
Yes. Yeah.
So, although your grandfather is in the non-physical form, you still recognize him through the attributes and the tendencies that he carried with him in physical form.
Yes.
So when we give you ideas about personality traits, those are specific to this particular lifetime, and maybe other lifetimes as well, but not necessarily specific to the non-physical, but you're still receiving those as a form of memory that is being used in the communication for the purpose of connection. Yes? So when you're thinking about someone, or when you're wishing to connect with someone that has passed on into the non-physical realm, that has left their physical body, this is where bringing things that bring you back into a state of heightened awareness of that person come into play. So utilizing the tools that you have in your human form, be it music, be it paintings, be it food, be it smells, be it owls, be it pine trees, be it whatever it is that was associated in your memory with that particular person, bring those into your reality from a tangible perspective and have them close by before you attempt to make those initial communication calls. In other words, use them as a phone number, perhaps. Yes?
Okay.
This will make it easier in a lot of ways, at least initially. Once the phone gets picked up, you don't necessarily need those anymore. You can put them on redial. Yes?
Yes. Awesome. Thank you.